Good morning, all of you. Myself, Chef Vikas Sharma from School of Hospitality and Tourism, Galgotia University. The name of the course is Foundation Course in Food Production and the course code is BSCH 1001. Today we are taking the second topic of the Unit 1, Introduction to Cookery and Origin of Modern Cookery. And the name of the topic is Level of Experience and Skills Required in the Professional Kitchen. After going through this topic, we will be able to identify a couple of things such as various levels or positions for selection in a professional kitchen, and we will also be able to identify and understand the level of skills and experience required in a professional kitchen. In the level of skills and experience, from past some time, the profession of chef has attracted many budding hospitality professionals. So, kitchen is very much in demand among the students who are joining the course of hotel management. This attraction has created a huge fascination among the students. Therefore, from this point of view, it has become necessary for hospitality industry to put the correct picture in front of the budding hospitality professionals who want to make their career in the kitchen. It is important for the students to be aware of facts regarding skills required to be a professional chef, its existence, and to plan and learn about it during their work experience. On real grounds, a hotel management graduate in India is hired by hospitality industry in kitchen department at two different levels, such as KMT, that is kitchen management training, and kitchen operational training. So these are the two programs mainly for which the hotel hire the students for the job. Now there is a video in which we are going to show you that how a professional chef in a kitchen work. What are the skills required? What are the experience required for working in a professional kitchen? So basically there are three main things which are required, or you can say there are three levels of skills and experience that are required to be a professional chef. Number one is supervisory skills, or you can also say managerial skills. Number two, technical skills. And number three is entry-level skills. So in this video, we are going to see all the three levels of skills which are required for working in a professional kitchen and to become a complete chef. Now you can see here in this video that a chef is working in the kitchen. He is preparing the dishes, he is preparing the orders which has been given by the customers, by the clients. The plating is done and the food is ready to pick up and to be served at the table of the guest. Here the chef is entering into his office. He is doing his managerial level work. He is looking after the daily program, duty roster, and completing his all the office work. On completion of the office work, now he is ready to take the meeting with his staff members. This is called as briefing, in which a chef may be describing about the today's work plan. He may be telling about the targets. He may be discussing about the problems faced by his staff members, or he may be appraising someone for his work. So all these things are being done by the chef, and these are managerial level skills in this video. Now after completing your KMT program, which is Kitchen Management Training Program, the person get promoted to senior supervisory or managerial level position. And the one who clears the operational trainee program gets supervisory position. So we can make out the difference between the two programs with the outcome. One is getting the senior supervisory position, whereas other is getting a normal supervisory position. For both the position, the candidate has to pass through the various level of interviews round designed by hotel organization as per their policies, and then selected candidate undergoes a trade test. Now what is this trade test? It's a sort of a food trial. The person who is going to do the job in the food production in hotel or in any of the hospitality establishment has to undergo a food trial in which he will prepare the food and his senior chefs will taste that food, and on the basis of that he will be getting selected. So it is not only the interview rounds, but the trade test is also equally important for the food production person. The one who performs well gets selected. These programs are well designed by the organization, and the performance of the trainees are reviewed periodically. So it is not like that once you have completed the interview, your job is done. You will be going to be equally evaluated during your training program also. Various assignments will be given to you, various project works will be given to you, and along with that you will be on the job also. So this complete set of hard work will make you a professional. Now the duration of this program ranges from 1.5 years to 2 years depending upon the policy of the establishment. Now after successful completion of your kitchen management training program, a candidate will get directly promoted to chef de partie position. So chef de partie is a supervisory level position, as we have discussed previously in the kitchen department, whereas an operational training program gets promoted to a COMI 1 or 2 level. Now just to tell you in brief about the chef de partie, we will be going to cover this in the later units of this course, but just to give you a brief introduction, the chef de partie is a supervisory level job who assists sous chef in daily working, and COMI is the person who is responsible for the food preparation. The job in the kitchen required high level of patience and passion, as we have already discussed these things in the previous topic of personality traits required in the kitchen. It is only the attitude, hunger for excellence and passion which brings an opportunity for promotion. To excel in the kitchen, the level of proficiency, efficiency, and dedication towards the job is very much required. The following are the category of skills which one required to become a professional chef. The skills required for food production personnel not only varies with the job but also varies with the establishment and the kind of food prepared. For example, the head chef of a hospital kitchen and a head chef in a luxury restaurant need different set of skills. So we can say that irrespective of the position, if two persons are working at the same position but they are working in different organization, might be the job of both the person demand different set of skills. So in general, the skills which a professional chef requires is categorized into three categories. Number one, supervisory skills. Number two, skilled and technical skills. And number three, entry skills. So these three skills is required to have in a person who is going to be a professional chef or who is willing to be a professional chef. So from the level of experience and skills, this is the first skill which is required to be a professional chef, that is supervisory skill. Now generally the head of any of the food service kitchen is called executive chef. In some cases or in some organization he may also called as head chef, working chef or dietary director. He or she must have the management and supervisory skills as well as a thorough knowledge of food production. The leadership position requires an individual who understands organizing and motivating people, planning menus and production procedures, controlling cost and managing budgets, and purchasing food supplies and equipment. So these are some of the main functions or main duty and responsibility of a chef who is working at a supervisory or managerial level. We can also call these work as a management work. So at this level, one is not only doing the food preparation, but he or she is much more involved or indulged in the managerial activities in the department. Even if he or she does not know cooking at all, the chef must be an experienced cook in order to schedule production, instruct workers and control the quality. So at this level, it is not important that the head chef will start doing the cooking, because he has various other work to do also. As we have discussed in the last point, various activities, various duty and responsibilities which has been looked after by the supervisory level. So scheduling of the program, scheduling of the production, instructing the workers, controlling the quality, they all are the prime important functioning which are supervisory skills required. Now, above all, the chefs must be able to work well with the people even under the extreme pressures. It's very important, because kitchen is already a very hot place to work, and in the busy hours the work pressure is too much, so one cannot lose their tempo or one cannot rush for completing the task. You have to work calmly, you have to be patient enough. Patience is the key to success, and should be able to work under pressure. The managerial tasks like preparing duty roster, maintaining discipline, handling guest complaints, indenting, monitoring food cost, etc. are all primary supervisory duties which need to be performed in the kitchen. So all these set of skills which we have just gone through in this slide, they all belongs to the supervisory level or managerial level skills. So we can say that to become a professional chef, you must not only learn how to cook the food, but you should also inculcate these responsibilities, these features in yourself, which will only come with the experience. It is not something which you will read and you will be able to adopt, but it will come in you as you will grow in experience. Number 2 is skilled and technical, which means that a chef should be having both these quality of skill as well as technical knowledge. In every kitchen establishment, a chef is the head of the establishment, whereas the cook can be called as the backbone. These workers carry out the actual food production work. So it is not always the chef who will be going to prepare the food. It is the fellow team members, co-workers, who will be doing the food production work. The junior staff members are responsible for getting the mise à plat ready. Now what is mise à plat? Mise à plat is the set, or you can say that it's a arrangement which we do before the beginning of the work. For doing any work, we perform a various set of functioning. We prepare or we pre-arrange the setup. Now that pre-arrangement before the beginning of the work is called as mise à plat. It's a French term. So the junior staff members, they get this mise à plat ready. That means they make the pre-arrangement for preparing the food. For example, for preparing any dish, they may be cutting up the vegetables, they may be peeling up the vegetables, they may be arranging the equipments and utensils for preparing the food. So all these work will come under the category of mise à plat. So junior staff members are responsible for getting the mise à plat ready, and the senior chefs will get the food ready. So you can see that until and unless the mise à plat is not been done, a senior chef cannot make the dish ready. They handle or perform all the preparatory tasks like cutting, preparing sauces, gravies, paste, etc. So all these things will come under the category of mise à plat. Along with these basic skills, a chef should also be aware of how to head the particular section and does the jobs of preparing the dishes to order. Thus, they must have the knowledge and experience in cooking techniques, and he must have a thorough knowledge of at least those dishes which has been made in his own department. In addition, they must be able to function well with their fellow workers and coordinate with the other department. As kitchen is or a food production is a team activity, so the support of the all team members is required for completing a task. The third level is entry level. Entry level skill is also very important to become a complete professional chef. The entry level job in food service usually required less or no practical skills or experience. Workers in these jobs are assigned such work like washing of vegetables, preparing of salad greens, etc. As their knowledge and experience increase, they may be given more complex tasks and eventually become the skilled cooks. So on the initial basis, they are given the less complex task, easier task, and as they carries on that work, they get into the habit, they understand the work and become little skillful person, then the complex task is started to be given to them, because by that time they become a skilled cook. Earlier in the previous time, many executive chefs began their career as a pot washer who got a chance to peel potatoes when the pot sink was empty. Now beginning in an entry-level position and working one's way up with the experience in a traditional method of advancing in the food service career. So this is a very normal way how generally people proceed when they work in the kitchen. It is not always like that every person will get selected for the managerial level or supervisory level position. So entry level is another way to enter in the professional hotel kitchen for starting their job. Experience as well as a theoretical knowledge is needed to be able to adapt the real life work situation. So until and unless you are not been coming across the real situations, you will not be able to understand the work pressure in the kitchen. So alone the theoretical knowledge is not enough. It requires the practical skills also to become a complete chef. However, the students who have studied and learned well should be able to work their way more rapidly than the beginners with no knowledge at all. So it is important to complete your program with attentiveness and alertness, keeping in mind that what you are learning today will be helping you in the future when you will be going to start your job and join the industry. Now after covering all the topics from levels of skills and experience required to be a professional chef, there are certain simple questions which need to be solved in order to understand that whether you have understood the topic. So let's take some questions. Number 1, identify the scope of kitchen management trainee program. Number 2, identify different levels of skills required to be in a professional kitchen. Number 3, explain the role of supervisory skills in kitchen. Number 4, skills and technical knowledge is essential for working in a professional kitchen. Explain the statement. And number 5, explain the working of entry-level job in a professional kitchen. So by resolving these questions, by solving these questions and finding out the answers will help you to conclude that what is the course outcome from going through this topic. So I hope that all of you have learned the topic and understood the basic set of skills and experience which are required for becoming a professional chef. See you in the next video. Till then, thank you.